Okay, so I thought of like a really super obvious, can't believe haven't noticed or said this before, way to explain how obviously the body affects the mind. First of all, thirst. Think about like the last time you were super freaking thirsty and you couldn't think of anything else but getting water. It's like your body was controlling you or something. And also these videos are getting boring, so I'm going to change outfits based on the example. I know it's not like super exciting, but it's the best I can think of. Alright, and then another super obvious one is, darn it, I can't even say it. It's been like 24 years of existence, and so like having to pee. Ha, said it like a big kid. Okay, so think about like when you're at an amusement park, especially and you're like, oh my god, I really have to go, and life is annoying, like you're on a ride, and it completely consumes your thought. You can't even think of anything else. Especially since they're like so limited at amusement parks, they're just like, we need you to pass by the food and liquid first. To make sense. You know what, now I also have to go to the bathroom. And then one that I've kind of gone on about, but like, still can be emphasized, is hunger. I didn't have a shirt with food on it, so I have one that has a tiger on it, because tigers eat food. Sound is annoying. Stop it. Ha ha. I control sound. So yeah, I mean, you probably think of like 20 examples, all with your own mind. But think about, for me, especially after working out. Yeah, like we would go swimming, and then wouldn't have any food because we had to drive 30 minutes because I come from a little hick town and we didn't have a swim team. So it was like we drove 45 minutes. It was also after my grandmother died, so we were like wanting to be like escapists for a little bit. It really helped. It was like curing. And then my parents would get us like Magnolia Cafe, and it was like the most delicious food because your body needed it, and then it signals how fantastic that food is. Like, think about the last time you were most starved and how amazing it was whenever you got food. Connections and mouth tingles. It all makes sense. And then there was this time that we spent like a whole day not eating because we were trying to drive to get to this place to go for a ski trip, and then we couldn't get that. This is actually kind of a boring story. I won't even tell it. Alright, and then finally, the super obvious one is sexuality. And I chose like the little black dress thing, because that makes sense. But it's also another one where your body controls you and the hormones are releasing and saying, yes, I was going to be rational, especially after 2 drinks, but now you're really sexy and it's just too hard to resist you. I mean, it happens, and that's when our inhibitions go down, so it's when we're accessing all that primal nature-y stuff. And then just in general, we watch things like Magic Mike 4 times, because our body is telling us to, and if we can admit that things like having to go to the bathroom, or drinking water, or needing food, are things that can obviously control us. I mean, those are extreme examples, so it seems also pretty obvious that on a small scale, we could admit that things can control us. And I actually just googled nutrient deficiencies and depression to see if anything would pull up, and it was like, yes, this is really obvious. That's a thing. And this guy was like, my nutritionist checks me for these all the time. And he's like deficient in like fish oil. Apparently you need fish oil all the time, like magnesium, and vitamin D is like a huge thing right now, and like Americans are like super deficient and all this stuff. And like on none of those things did it say eat fast food, because that will help your nutrition. But dark leafy greens seem to be like on there a lot. And so I've been eating light greens. I don't know if that counts. I got some broccoli today, and it actually tasted like I got it from this little farmer's market that Lubbock apparently has of Oldham Madness. And it's really awesome. I also got some like beef tongue and heart that I really want to try. Ants keep biting me, stop it. And yeah, so I don't know if light greens work, but then it was like you have to have fish every day. And like apparently everything that we're deficient in, we just have to eat all day to ever catch up to it. I don't even know how that's going to happen. But I guess I've got like fish oil supplements that have been sitting there about a year that I'll start taking. But yeah, I thought of super obvious examples, so yay! I'm also hungry now too, like talking about all these things made me every single one of them just